Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the Hidden Dagger Inn. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and show you how to get to level 7 as quick as we possibly can. Hopefully, a little bit just over an hour. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and show you how to get to level 7 as quick as we possibly can. Hopefully, a little bit just over an hour. Now, this video in particular is going to be focused on the Lionhold side, not the Samaya side or the Anvil. So the first thing you're going to want to do is we're going to run up to Gate Watcher Bronson, and you're going to want to make sure that you're very careful to click which quest you do. If you click the top one, Order and Conquest, and hit yes, yes, and then Threat, you're good to go. If you hit the other one, you will be going to the Samaya side and won't be able to complete the quest on the Lionhold side. Okay, guys, the first thing you're going to see is we have a path to kill 5 goblins. We're going to go ahead and make sure that you have your weapons of choice. Hit H, you can see your paper dowel. You can see I have a melee and a ranged weapon already equipped. I like to go ahead and use a greatsword, so I'm going to pick up that greatsword real quick. And where is it? Here it is, right here. All right, there's my greatsword. I'm going to go ahead and equip that. And then we're off to the races. We have to kill 5 goblins. Now remember, guys, it's going to be extremely crowded, and the guards will sometimes take your mobs. So try to maybe hide in a little bit of a different area where there's not as much traffic. Once you go ahead and kill your 5 wretched goblins, that will give you level 2. At that point, get your skill point and head down the road. Remember, the point of this guide is to get out of Lionhold as quickly as possible. You do not want to be hanging around this area. This place will be absolutely swarmed and probably very laggy, and the last thing you want to do is get disconnected. So when you go down the road, hang a left and look for Lion Guard Nottingford. He is now going to send you to report to Lord Avonmore in Lionhold. So you just go out of the archway, hang a left, and jump carefully over the mountain where you don't take too much fall damage and die. Now, a quick note before we go to Avonmore, go ahead and pick up your cosmetics if you have any at the mailbox. It's straight across the street, and go ahead and equip those before you get them out from Avonmore. Once you get your cosmetics, you'll see the tent. You also see the map marker that the quest gives you. Go ahead and speak to Avonmore. She's going to give you a quest called Emberbound, where you speak to the Root Warden, which is to the north of Lionhold. Okay, when you get your horse from Avonmore, go ahead and pull it out. We're going to head north. We're going to go to Root Warden. And basically all this quest is doing is having us attuned to the Ember Spring and making Lionhold our home. Okay, we've now turned in our quest to Avonmore. We now get a new quest called A Shadow of Proof, where we have to meet Inquisitor Colesbury. So hop on your mount and head south out of the gate and take a right of Lionhold. Once you go ahead and talk to Colesbury, he's going to ask you to reach the field of Halbert, where he was last seen. Halbert is sitting in the middle of the field where the Grims are to the south of Lionhold. He's lying on the ground. He's easy to find. Go ahead and interact with him, and then run back to Inquisitor Colesbury. It is important to note that right where Halsbury is a event with the Gremlin. So if it's there, it's worth about 3,500 experience. So if you're able to take advantage of it, go ahead and do it. Just make sure you're in the boundary and you'll get credit for it. Okay, you bring the pamphlet back to Colesbury, and he's going to send you to the lumber mill, which is just straight down the road. All we're doing at the lumber mill is, one, we're scouting it. We're going to get credit for that. And then it's going to ask us to go ahead and kill them until we find a pamphlet. Now, RNG can sometimes screw you here, so just stay patient. It will drop. Once you obtain the burnt lumber scrap, head across the water to the south, hop up at a dock, and you're going to look for a robed stranger. Usually there's about 2 spawning, and they spawn pretty quick. Try to invite people if you're solo so you get a chance to get the kill. You still need to get a drop from him as well. Keep in mind, you might have to kill him more than once. You not only need to kill him to get credit for the kill, you need to get his drop. He's going to drop a wax sealed note. Once you get that, we're going to go back and going to finish the quest and go to Inquisitor Colesbury back outside Lionhold. Okay, now that we've gotten back to Colesbury, we're going to go ahead and go back to Lord Avonmore and tell her that we've completed the quest. It's important to note, if you're just returning back to the alpha, that everything has changed. It's now a long chain quest and some other new quests. Sweat of the Brow no longer exists, and you start with your gathering tools. Once you return to Lord Avonmore, she's going to go ahead and give you a quest, A Better View. We're going to go to the temple ground, so we have to go north and then take a right and go through the archway where the goblins are. While we're running up there, this is a good time to give you a reminder. They have a brand new system, and it's called your Destiny system. Open it up by hitting L. You can see it has First Steps, Novice Combat, Initiate Adventuring, Novice Crafting, Novice Gathering, and Novice Processing. Go ahead and complete those. It'll tell you what you need exactly to complete them. Claim your rewards. It'll help give you some early gear in Glint. As soon as you get to the goblins and you cross the first bridge, you'll complete the quest as far as the location. Now you have to go ahead and kill 5 Gravehide goblins. Once you dispatch the 5 Gravehide creepers, I like to go left right off the road and where that little pavilion is where you have some goblin tents, and you go ahead and scout that area and kill the Gravehide seer. Now as per usual, you're going to need to kill them, and then you're also going to need to loot the goblin skin scroll. You might need to kill a few to get this, but it usually comes pretty quick. At this time, we're going to head back to the west and we're going to finish up a better view, and we're going to report to Ritualist Merwin. Go down the road, hang a left stairs, talk to the cleric Merwin. She's going to give you a quest called The Root of the Problem, where you have to go up the stairs and gather some extracted corrupted tendrils. Another note, while you're fighting the goblins over there are 2 events that pop that are decent experience, especially the ambush caravan down, which is just past the archway down to the east. If you see those, you probably should go ahead and grab them. After getting the tendrils, we're going to go back to the middle of Lionhold and talk to Helm Lord Avon, where we're going to reach level 4 at that point. She's going to give us a new quest called Bearing Ill Tidings, where we have to go to Avon's End, where we're going to get our upgraded tools. On our way south, out towards Avon's End, we're going to stop at the tent and talk to Sergeant Vanalis. He's going to give us the Outlaw's End quest, which is to kill the commander in a great chain quest to follow. At this point, you're going to go ahead and do a few things. You're going to keep following the road west to Avon's End. There is a storage clerk up there as well. Go ahead and interact with them and complete part of your destiny quest. And then you're going to look for Trades Minister Dwayne, where you turn in your quest and get your upgraded tools. Now, this is where I start to change it up a little bit. You grabbed your tools. We're going to hold off on this quest. We are going to do it, but we're going to hold off on it right now. You can go ahead and look at the commission board, see if there's any kill quests you want to do later. Then go ahead and head west and talk to Timothy. You're going to start the Safe, Fast, Sure quest with him. Then keep heading west. Now, if you're watching this, we've already had the EA launch, so really there's no need to hurry. So one of the things I would suggest for you to do is stop along the way and try to find some rubies, and then go ahead and bring them and make a adventuring scroll. On a regular adventuring scroll, this will go ahead and get you at least 5% experience, which will help you out in your quest. If you get lucky and get an epic, you can get up to 12%. It only takes 1 ruby to make this, some water, a reagent, and some paper. So our next step is we're going to again keep heading west, and we're going to go to the Second Sword Outpost, where you're going to talk to Captain Redblade. Once you talk to Captain Redblade, go ahead and talk to the Taskmaster. He's going to give you another quest for the latrine duty, which you have to click the board right behind you after you talk to him. Then go to the latrine to the east. You'll see a little green indicator. Go ahead and click on that. Then you're going to get on your mount, head back to the north. We're going to get some skeletons. Use caution when getting the remains from the skeletons. These goblins are higher level with you and can give you a pretty bad day. The good news is there's an Ember Spring right behind you if you were to die. Once you have the 3 remains, go back into the Second Sword Outpost, go to the pyre, burn them, then report to the Taskmaster. Once you've turned that into the Taskmaster, you're going to go ahead and do an optional quest for the Minotaurs, which I didn't do in this guide. You're also going to get a quest for Road to Jova, which is an absolute must. After that, go ahead and go out to the West Gate and talk to the gentleman on the hill, Phineas, I believe his name is, and then go ahead and get a quest for a bone that you're going to pick up in a tower, which we will be visiting after we do the commander. Okay, now that we got that, we're going to go ahead and start heading to the Sentry Towers. And just a reminder, from this point on, everything will kill you with extreme prejudice. So please be careful using your route. Do a lot of tab targeting to make sure that there's not any mobs in front of you that you're not seeing. All of these Sentry Towers have extra quests tied to them, which are optional. I do not do them. The only one I do is the 3rd one, where I do the Foolish Expedition, and I'll show you how to do that. Once you've turned the first tower in, go ahead and go up the hill to the east and follow it up along the path. We're going to go ahead and hit another Sentry Tower up here. After we get this tower, keep on heading up to the north along the road. You're going to start to see kind of a pink sparkly along the road, and that's for the Safe, Fast, Sure quest that Timothy gave you. Take your time, hop off and grab those. You're going to need 6 of them, and if you follow me on the route, you'll be able to get all 6 of them as we go. There's 3 parcels that you can pick up before you go over the bridge. Once you get those, head over the bridge and head to the 3rd Sentry Tower, We're going to go ahead and talk to him, and we're going to get the Foolish Expedition quest. You can go ahead and desummon your mount at this point. We're going to be going to the bridge and jumping over the bridge. If you look down, there's a caravan in the water. Just go ahead and interact with that and then swim out, and we're going to wrap around and go up the hill, grab the Ember Spring for the Hall's Adjudication, and then we're going to continue down the road to the west, grabbing more parcels. You have to be careful here, especially if the settlements are already leveled up a little bit, because the monsters scale up with the settlements. By this point, you should have at least 4 parcels. There should only be 2 more to grab. They are by some mobs. I think in this instance, there was a very dangerous mob close to the last one, so I doubled back. And they spawn about every 30 seconds, so don't feel like you have to go forward and get one that might be a little bit riskier. Just go ahead and wait the 30 seconds and grab the one that respawns. Once you obtained your last parcel, go ahead and keep going west. We're going to go to the second to the last sentry tower. This is a very dangerous spot. A lot of high level mobs here, so be careful. Go ahead and turn it in. Tell them you're there for Captain Redblade and proceed on down the road to the west towards Jova. At this point, as you come up to the last sentry tower, you're going to see 3 quest givers. You're going to turn in the road to Jova. You're going to turn in the safe, fast, sure quest. You do get some equipment in both of those. Go ahead and put those on at your leisure. Behind you, there is also a quest for a giant threat, which is a guide all on its own. It's a long chain quest, and I will give you a step-by-step in another video. At this point, we're going to go ahead and head back east, and we're going to start backtracking a little bit. We're going to go back to Avon's End. We're going to put some flowers to make our 5 thread for our quest that he gave us, that Dwayne gave us. We're going to complete that. Those are going to give you some very good recipes, the Wayward recipes, which you will eventually get 2 after you've completed both quests. I got the Greatsword and the Longbow, which are both very good weapons, about 700 to 800 physical power, respectively. I should make a note that, yes, you have to craft those, you are not given those. However, that giant threat quest, which I will have a guide for, that does give an 800 physical power weapon called the Shatter Fist as a reward from the Hall's Adjudication where it ends up at. Once we finish that part of the quest, we are now going to head to the quest that Sergeant Finalis gave us, which is the Outlaw's End. We're going to go looking for the commander at the Highwayman area. You just wrap up here, go up the hill. If you're with a group, it's pretty easy. You can just go right through. If you're solo, I like to go up and around and drop down. If there's other people there, go ahead and ask for a invite, because everybody gets the kill and everybody gets the drop that he has. And then you open up the scroll and then you'll proceed to the tower quest. Now, when you get to the tower, you're going to want to go ahead, and I like to wrap around the back to see if the groundskeeper is up, which is a 3-star mob. He's actually pretty easily soloable. He's not too hard. He drops the key for the one quest, and the chest is right behind him in the back of the tower. Also, once you do that, you go up to the top to the 3rd floor. On the desk, you'll see the item. You pick it up, you go, and you're going to head back to the 2nd sword outpost. Now, it's important to remember with the groundskeeper that he only drops 1 key per person. So if you're with a group, you might be waiting there for quite some time because he's a 5-minute spawn. I actually had to skip this part of the quest because there was just too many people trying to do it. So from this point, once you've done the top part at the top of the tower and you've hopefully gotten the groundskeeper, we're going to go back and go to the 2nd sword outpost. We're going to talk to Captain Redblade again. You're going to go ahead and turn in the quests over to Captain Redblade. He's going to send you to the Slivers of the Past Part 2, which is to the south at the Ruins of Sephilion, otherwise known as Sephilion. Also, if you were able to complete the groundskeeper quest, make sure you go ahead and turn that in. If you didn't, it'll set you back about 12,000 experience. You can get it at a later time. It's not that big of a deal. You can make it up with a few mob kills. It's extremely important at this stage that you get the Ember Spring. You can tell the Ember Springs by that big bluish green light that goes up into the sky. Make sure you get that, because if you don't, you're going to have a really long walk if you die. And the chances of dying on this part are very high. Go ahead and go to the quest giver, and you're basically going to go around the 4 corners around Sephilion. Just take it real slow, stealth if you can. If not, you should be able to walk up to it with the exception of the third one that you're going to see on here. Very dangerous, so be careful. Once you've scouted all 4 locations, then you go ahead and go back to the quest giver. He's going to give you Slivers Part 3. The next step is to head south towards Nuela. You'll find a caravan broken down. Go ahead and interact with it, and then keep heading south to Nuela. Now, it's important to remember that you will not be able to complete this quest if it's a fresh start. It has to be at least a crossroads for McGinnis to spawn. And as you can see from the video, guys, there, I was just short of 7. It's because I didn't get that groundskeeper quest. Again, I did a few kills, gathered a few things, and I was 7 in no time. I hope this walkthrough helped you at least get started. The whole idea of this is to get you to level 7, so then you can start doing your grinding if that's what you choose to do. I would do the pocket dungeons and the anvils, but in this case, if you're in Lionhold, you'll want to probably start with the church or the Hall's Adjudication. I hope everybody enjoyed it. If you enjoyed these kind of walkthroughs and quest guides, please leave a comment below to let me know what you think. Hit that like and subscribe. And as always, Vera, may your caravans find safe passage. Thank you all. Take care.